Hey everybody, it's your friend Jason Pound here answering the top questions asked by veteran home buyers in today's real estate market. Question we're tackling today, as a veteran, how do I get the lowest VA loan rate possible? The short answer is through something called the IRRRL, an interest rate reduction loan. However, as usual, let me over-explain. What I'm about to share with you is only available to veterans who have their loan through the VA Loan Benefit Program. This is not something for civilians. However, civilians, perk your ears up because all the veterans in your life need to know about this. There is a unique benefit built into the VA loan that says, after you have made 6 months of payments, you qualify for an interest rate reduction loan, which is just a fancy way of saying refinance the loan. Well, if interest rates are the same today as they were 6 months ago, or maybe even a little higher, why in the world would I want to refinance my VA loan? Well, the interesting thing about all loans is you have the ability to purchase points on the front end of the transaction. So for example, to keep it simple, say you were looking at a 6.5% interest rate. If you were willing to pay some extra fees, they would lower that down to 5.75, say. And that interest rate change would save you tens of thousands of dollars over the life of the loan. So you do some math and you figure out if the juice is worth the squeeze. Inside of the VA loan program, when you do the interest rate reduction loan, yes, technically it is a refinance, but the program they are using is the point system. When you purchase points on the front end of the transaction during the purchase of the home, the purchase of those points is underwritten. So it takes into account your credit score. It takes into account loan to value. It takes into account loan balance. How big of a loan are you borrowing? It takes into account your debt to income ratio. All of these things come into play and they will charge you more or less for those points to get to the lower interest rate. However, inside of the VA loan program, inside of the interest rate reduction loan program, when you buy these points, 3 rules come into play. Number 1, you have to make your money back. You have to at least break even in 36 months or the government will not let you do this. Number 2, these fees are not out of pocket. On the front end, when you were purchasing the house, if you wanted to buy down a lower interest rate, you had to pull that money out of your checking account. However, inside of the interest rate reduction loan program, there is no out-of-pocket expense. It is tacked on to your loan balance. It does not come out of your checking account. So the way to think about it is the fee for the savings comes out of the savings. Number 3, you are eligible for this after making 6 months of payments on your VA loan. The final thing you need to know about this, it is not credit underwritten. So the amount of rate lowering that you could purchase when you purchase the house and you were underwritten is much less than ununderwritten points. You can get a much steeper rate reduction, typically 6 months after, because the point purchase is not underwritten with the transaction. Whereas when you do the points with the transaction, not only does it come out of pocket, but it's underwritten. So you can buy down your rate further 6 months deeper into the loan than you could when you initially set up the loan. If this was confusing, I apologize, but the math behind this is going to save veterans tens of thousands of dollars. If you know a veteran in your life that has any questions about this program and they have an existing VA loan, have them reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to go over this with them. My name's Jason Pound with Jericho Pound Realty Group. We service the entire Oklahoma City metro area with hyper-local expertise in South Oklahoma City, Moore, and Norman. If we can ever be of service in the real estate world, do not hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to serve. In the meantime, peace out. Have a great life.